Yes, David.
Oh, fellas.
What?
I want to give you something here. Kenny believes that I am a tinfoil hat guy, okay, with this one. But I want to talk about one, Thomas Brady, Davante Adams, and Jimmy G.
We're doing this.
I'll tell you how it relates. Remember the Davante Adams comments regarding the front office?
Yes.
Oh, it's best for us. I'll just go with it right now. We don't see eye to eye, all of that stuff. Well, there's more context to those comments now after what we found out over the weekend. And what we found out over the weekend is that Jimmy G failed his physical in March when he signed his contract with the Raiders. They had a press conference and to introduce him to the media. They postponed it and sent him home, and people wondered, wow, what is that about? Now we know they included an addendum in his contract because he had to have foot surgery in March. So in order to sign the contract, he had to add the addendum. Now let's go to a couple weeks ago when Thomas Brady signed on to be a partial owner of the Las Vegas Raiders. BetOnline.ag over the weekend because of this story has Tom Brady as the leading odds player to be the Week 1 Raiders quarterback if Jimmy G can't start. So my conspiracy is he became partial owner of the Raiders because he knew what was going on with Jimmy G, and he can now be the Week 1 starter. He's coming back, fellas.
I don't know if you've ever had a owner player.
Well, he could just sell that real quickly and then start Week 1.
You just really won't believe he will retire, will you?
Well, he's the leading the odds getter 2-1 over Brian Hoyer, who also knows the offense. Tom Brady knows it better.
If there were live footage of Tom Brady being eaten by an orca, would you then believe me?
No.
That Tom Brady's not starting Week 1.
No, because the orca.
I mean, literally.
No, because the orca swallowed him whole. So just give it some time, and he'll be back.
3 days, he'll be back.
David, literally, a building fell on Tom Brady. Like his mansion collapsed upon him. Would you then believe he wasn't starting Week 1? No, David. No to all of this.
Well, okay.
All right. Now,
no one's with me here.
Do you want to sell me that Davante Adams demands a trade by training camp? I will buy that. I don't think we've heard the last of that.
I mean, yeah, apparently they didn't do their homework on Jimmy G. You bought damaged goods.
You're kidding.
But, well, then again, you know what? I did say that Brady would be playing this fall. I just had him out in the Bay Area, but he just won't go. He just won't stay retired. He just won't put an end to it. He just keeps showing up. No. I'm just here. No, I'm just throwing footballs to these guys, but no, not coming back. I'm running plays, but I'm not coming back.
So I guess I am tinfoil hat guy. All right. That's disappointing.
Maybe, you know what? I can't say you're 100% tinfoil, David.
Well, let's see if we can maybe agree on this, on a number here. Tyreek Hill had recently said that Tua is going to go crazy in 2023 with all his offensive weapons and the speed that they have. So now, despite his injuries, we know the Dolphins still made the playoffs somehow, in some way. But if you are a Miami Dolphins fan, with what the comment Tyreek Hill says, you know what they have this year. Scale of 1 to 10, your confidence that he's healthy the entire season.
I'm at a 4.5 or 5. I love the player, but after what I saw last year, and believe me, I'm surely not a neurosurgeon or anything. Once you've had several concussions, it becomes easier and easier to have another.
Yeah, I mean, it's what drove Steve Young and Troy Aikman out of the game because doctors were like, Troy, you're done. Okay, the next one, and that's it.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, I would put it maybe even like at a 3. He's the DeAndre Swift of quarterbacks. You hope for the best, but you kind of have a feeling you know what's going to happen.
So, Mike Tannenbaum, who works for ESPN, quoted as saying he was on ESPN's Get Up over the weekend. He says, Russell Wilson isn't fighting for his legacy. He's fighting for his job. He says Denver, will draft his replacement if he doesn't do anything that Peyton wants from day one. Do you agree with that statement that he's fighting for his job this season? I know they signed him to that contract, but
it's hard because you have to put finances behind it. If you're telling me that they could get out, and I don't believe, obviously I don't have his contract in front of me, but I don't think they can get out after this year without an incredible financial penalty. And remember,
$85 million in debt.
I'm sorry. Then I guess I'm glad I missed that segment on that atrocious show.
But do you agree that they would probably look into drafting someone, though?
Good luck. You can have an $85 million backup?
No, but you know what? Here's what happens. You kind of play on his ego. The same way he got the job with Matt Flynn. You're making all this money, and now your pride kicks in. I don't want to sit on the bench. Cut me a deal, and maybe I'll give you pennies on the dollar. If you can get me out of this, I won't make you pay all of that money. But if you're Denver, you can't compound one mistake with a second. Just because you're paying a guy a ton of money does not mean he has to play on the field. But we automatically assume, well, you're paying him all of this money. Well, you know what? I like winning. Seattle won a Super Bowl the same way with Russell Wilson. He was the cheap guy, but he was the guy that got them to the Super Bowl title. So I do believe that, David, that you could draft somebody and just hope that, you know what, Mr. Unlimited's pride kicks in and he doesn't want to sit the bench. Just get me out of here.
So I want to have a little fun with this since we talked about Jared Goff. There is a video out there, if anyone is interested in watching a bad quarterback, of Baker Mayfield and Kyle Trask throwing passes at OTAs today, and there are some ugly throws. Is that something?
It doesn't matter. I was told it's just OTAs. OTAs don't really count because,
They don't.
Wait, what month is it, David? It's May? They don't matter.
I'm Team Kenny. Just get me to the regular season. None of this crap means anything, but we're football obsessed. I'm okay with the reporting, but I'm allowed to sit back and laugh. I can't do it. Besides, Baker Mayfield and Kyle Trask, what were you expecting?
Exactly.
It ain't like they're Jared Goff or anything.
Rude.
And then let's close it out with this because Watson has been campaigning to get DeAndre Hopkins in Cleveland. There is a report that came out today.
You know what? That said
yes.
Send him to Cleveland.
Yes.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I wasn't going to say where did he go because there was a report that only 2 teams reached out to possibly trade.
But guys, this is my whole point, and it's been my point for a while. Until or unless DeAndre Hopkins alters his financial demands for what he wants, and again, I read this weekend 4 at 100. Well, good luck. You're 31. Guys, what would be wrong with Cleveland? It would slot Amari Cooper to being a number 2, which is what he probably is at this stage, a possession guy. Cleveland's a running football team. They want to take play action and take deep shots. He reunites with a quarterback who launched his career. It would make sense. Now, again, if he was willing to be smart and wanted to win, this is why you don't want this cat, because I don't think winning's important to him. He would go to Baltimore, take less money, join Lamar, join Odell, join a winning franchise, and go, let's go try to do this.
Well, he's 30, so he knows.
31.
Okay, 31. He knows the better years are probably behind him. And
so go win games.
I think that's why he's going to probably end up a Chief.
Well, listen, better adjust how much you're asking
Because I think
for.
the Chiefs were one of the teams that...
Chiefs and the Bills were the only 2 that engaged in talks with Arizona.
Right, but they probably said, come here, you'll play for $10, but you'll win games.
Right.
And he went, no, I'm DeAndre Hopkins.
No, they were like, wait, we're not trading for him.
Wait, you thought we were paying you $20 million?
Wait, you're going to drag him out to the curb. We'll just be the first one out there to pick him up and bring him back to our team for free. So, yeah.
If he comes down on what he wants.
I mean, don't you agree?
Yeah.
We talked about it last week when Cookies was with you one day and then he was with me. And I'm like, Jim, I'm not giving this guy a 4-year deal. I'm not giving him a 3-year deal.
But
maybe 2, and it would have to be under market.
But just think of how the offense would look if he was there.
Well, what does it matter? According to you, Goff can't hit a receiver in OTAs.
Hey, I wasn't the one at OTAs missing receivers.
Oh, God, Kenny. It's going to be a long summer.
And that is in football today.